Honey from the Rock is Cleveland's first foster care closet. And while that's pretty amazing on its own, it actually just launched a brand new program with MetroHealth Medical Center that helps fill a very critical gap. Let's send it right on over to Danita Harris in Studio B for more. Hey, Danita.
Hi, Brissa. This is such a good thing. You know, many foster children, they arrive at MetroHealth Medical Center with a lack of proper clothing. Now, Honey from the Rock wants to make sure that no child leaves the hospital without basic necessities so they can enter their new destination with dignity. Kathy DiVincenzo is the executive director of Honey from the Rock, and she joins me this morning to talk more about all the things you provide. And, you know, first of all, thank you for doing what you do.
That's a blessing.
Tell me a little bit about your organization and all the services you provide.
So we're Cleveland's first foster care closet. And what we do is we come alongside tangibly and relationally the folks that are saying yes to these children experiencing foster care. So a lot of times that looks like foster families like myself, but that can also look like what's called kinship care. So think grandparents or aunts and uncles or family friends that are thrust really into this system and really have no connection to resources or tangible goods. So we come alongside that.
That's very good. They need that.
They
need
do.
that. Tell us about the Go Packs program.
So these packs right here are stocked at MetroHealth Triage. They're ready to go for an unfortunate need that we know is a reality.
Right.
So the Gap Pack program really was born out of a see a need, fill a need, which is really the mission of Honey from the Rock itself. It was born out of a need that we were drawn to. So when a child comes into the foster care system, they go through MetroHealth Triage. And unfortunately, a lot of those children, more than you would think, come in inappropriately dressed.
Right.
Missing articles of clothing, soiled clothing, needing to be removed for police investigation purposes or perhaps infestation purposes. And prior to our program start, there wasn't an ability for those really beautiful providers to be able to love those children with the dignity that they deserve.
Dignity is a key word. That's what you're really trying to give them because they need that. You also have a Busy Bee bundle.
We do.
Okay, you got the 3 B's there. All right, the
You
Busy
know I
Bee
have
bundle.
to get my bee pun in there.
Tell us about the Busy Bee.
So what we were experiencing when we went into MetroHealth, and I said, okay, walk me through like I'm a child coming into care.
Right.
What does that feel like for them? Well, they're sitting on that hospital bed and that caseworker and that provider are talking about the case. And so I said, I can't take the child out of that room, but we can push in. We can keep their hands and their minds busy. And oftentimes these children in sibling sets, they have quite a bit of a drive to get to their next placement. So being able to keep them occupied is a blessing in that way as well.
Wow. Well, we have a beautiful display that you bought in. Tell us a little bit about, I see books, I see dolls, I see a backpack and all of that. Tell me about the things that are in there. How do you guys get this stuff?
Yeah, it's donated from the community. Cleveland really has shown up and shown out for loving these children tangibly. And so that Gap Pack and that Busy Bee bundle has a QR code leading that caregiver that said yes to that child to our emergency order form. So right now you're looking at what an average emergency order looks like.
Wow, that is it. That's what would happen. Now, MetroHealth is involved. Tell me why that's significant.
It's significant because these providers have been praying and waiting for a way to provide the dignity that they have wanted to provide for these children as well. And it's this massive system of people coming alongside the medical needs. So to be able to come alongside them and say, here's this tangible resource for you, linking arms with what they're doing to really come alongside these children well.
Well, you're convincing me. I'm sure people who are watching right now, they're hearing about this. I have 2 questions. One, I want to know how you came up with Honey, was this Honey from the Rock? I want to hear about that. And then people at home, they're saying, how can they help? What can they do?
Yeah, so Honey from the Rock, it actually is from the biblical perspective that the Lord can bring sweetness out of the hardest scenario.
Wow. Say that one more time. Say that one more time.
Yeah, that the Lord can bring sweetness from the hardest scenario. He can bring honey from a rock.
Yes.
So for us, if we can bring the tiniest bit, even if the Busy Bee bundle is the only aspect that we have, the only impact, but the goal is they get that emergency order. They can come in, store and shop. We have 9,500 square feet of a free store for them to come in time after time after time, 4 times a year to come and shop with us. If we can bring a little sense of joy in what we know to be a really traumatic time, that's the goal.
Yeah, and so how can they help you? How can people at home, they can they log onto a website and give you some money?
They sure can.
Okay.
ClevelandFosterCareCloset.com. Our monetary donations go obviously to our new program, but also filling the gaps.
Okay.
So say you're coming and you're volunteering and you're packing an order for this sweet little girl coming into care. we don't have underwear, we don't have socks, it's an emergency.
Yeah.
That funding goes to being able to purchase exactly what that child needs. And then we need volunteers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we do. We're volunteer driven.
There you go.
So
And
we need you to come and serve.
did you hear, Kathy? They need volunteers. They also
do.
need the resources to provide this, but it is a whole community effort making such an impact on the lives of foster children and giving them their dignity, you know, and giving them hope.
Yeah.
And that's what I love. But I love that thing you said, the Lord can bring, you know, say it one more time.
The Lord can bring sweetness from the hardest places, honey from a rock.
We're just going to close on that. Thank you, Kathy.
Thank you so
Thank you for doing
much.
what you do. We're not going to say anything else, Brissa. I think that is a way to just switch it back over to you with a smile on our face.
A very sweet smile. I love the meaning
Yes.
behind the name. All right, thank you, Danita.